Chosen one, hear me now, because this is not a message for the many. This is for you, the rare soul who was set apart before time itself began to count its days. You were not an accident. You were not a random thread in the fabric of existence. You were the secret thread woven through prophecy, hidden until this very hour. The world has looked past you, dismissed you, underestimated you, but heaven never did. In fact, heaven has been watching every move, marking every tear, and recording every prayer in books you cannot see. You need to understand something urgent. You are living in the precise moment the old prophecies whispered about. The stories, the visions, the shadows, and the light, they weren't talking about someone else. They were waiting for you. That's why you felt different all your life. That's why no matter how hard you tried to fit into the molds others pressed on you, you broke them. Because you weren't designed to fit, you were designed to fulfill. There is a divine pattern, hidden for ages, and your name is stitched into it. It's why your spirit has been restless, why your nights have been heavy with dreams that carry a weight you can't explain. It's why even in silence, you feel watched because you are. Not by enemies, not only by those who misunderstand you, but by the eternal one who whispered you into being. Chosen one, I'm telling you plainly, the prophecy is already in motion. Doors you never expected are about to swing open. Secrets long buried are about to surface. And the world will soon see that the very one they overlooked was the one heaven had been preparing all along. But let me be clear, this is not about fame, not about recognition for its own sake. This is about alignment. You are being positioned at the center of a divine unfolding. It will demand courage. It will call forth every ounce of faith you have carried in the shadows. And it will change the course of not only your story, but the stories of those connected to you. Tonight, as you listen, let your spirit lean in. Don't resist the pull you feel rising in your chest right now. That is not coincidence, it's confirmation. What has been hidden is about to be revealed, and what has been dormant within you is about to awaken. You are the secret thread, and prophecy is about to prove it. You can feel it, can't you? That pull inside your chest, like a string being tightened, drawing you towards something larger than your own plan. That pull is not random, it's the hand of the divine, reaching into the fabric of your days, weaving you back into alignment with a story that has never lost track of you. For too long, you thought your journey was a sequence of accidents, wrong turns, betrayals, setbacks that left scars too deep for words. But each wound became a signature of heaven, a secret mark that prepared you to recognize what others miss. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Every delay, every detour, every unanswered prayer was God's way of writing your name into prophecy without letting the world see it too soon. You've been hidden not because you were weak, but because you were sacred. Rare seeds don't get scattered in any soil, they're preserved until the season is right. And your season is ripening now. The air around you is shifting. The silence you've carried for so long is about to break into sound. The source of this message is not imagination, not wishful thinking. It comes from the one who saw the end before the beginning. The one who spoke light into a void, the one who called prophets to record mysteries they did not yet understand. They wrote about a people, a remnant, a figure who would stand in the gap between despair and destiny. And though centuries have passed, the line they traced has led straight to you. Think about the times you should have fallen but didn't. Think about the storms that should have swallowed you whole but somehow left you standing, trembling but alive. Those weren't coincidences, they were interventions. Invisible hands have been guiding you through battles you didn't even know were raging. Angels have walked beside you in rooms where you felt outnumbered. Grace has pulled you out of traps that were meant to silence you forever. Why? Because God's fingerprints are on you. You carry a signature that darkness recognizes and fears. That's why opposition has been relentless. That's why envy has surrounded you. The enemy saw glimpses of what you were destined to become and tried to suffocate you before you could awaken. Yet here you are, still breathing, still searching, still rising. This message is not a prediction, it is a confirmation. Heaven is not guessing about you, heaven is announcing you. You are part of a revelation already unfolding, a chapter already written, and the author himself is turning the page. So lean in. Let your heart stay soft. You are being summoned by the same voice that called stars into existence, the same voice that split seas and raised the dead. That voice is speaking again, and it's speaking through your life. The world may never fully understand it, but you don't need them to. You only need to trust the one who designed the script. Everything until now has been the prelude. The prophecy is about to speak in full measure, and when it does, it won't just echo through your life, it will ripple outward, touching every soul connected to your journey. And now, the veil begins to lift. You've sensed it in fragments, in dreams, in sudden chills across your skin, in words that seem to echo louder than they should have. The prophecy is not something distant anymore. It's breathing, alive, unfolding right beneath your feet. Picture it. A tapestry rolled out across eternity, threads of gold, scarlet, and shadow, weaving together in patterns no mortal eye could fully trace. In that tapestry, a hidden thread has been waiting. It was invisible to most, but essential to the entire design. Without it, the pattern could never be complete. That thread is you, and heaven is finally tugging it into the open. What does the prophecy reveal? It speaks of a time when the overlooked would rise, when the forgotten would become the foundation. It speaks of the moment when the one hidden in plain sight would be thrust into visibility, not for self-exaltation, but for divine fulfillment. That moment has arrived, and you are standing at its threshold. You've walked through fire, and the smell of smoke is still on your clothes. You've tasted betrayal so bitter it almost convinced you to abandon your path. Yet the prophecy declares that those who tried to bury you were unknowingly planting you. They thought your silence meant defeat, but it was incubation. And the season of emergence has come. The language of prophecy is never casual. It whispers in symbols, it thunders in signs. For you, it may look like strange alignments, the right person showing up at the right time, opportunities opening as if carved out of stone, coincidences too precise to dismiss. These are not accidents. These are the birth pangs of destiny. The prophecy unveils this. What was denied to you will be restored. What was stolen will be multiplied. The tables will turn, and the stage will shift in ways that even your enemies won't be able to explain. They will watch as the same hand they tried to resist lifts you beyond their reach. But understand this. Prophecy is not always comfortable. It is not a lullaby, it is a trumpet. And a trumpet awakens, alarms, gathers armies. The unveiling of prophecy over your life will stir opposition as much as it stirs favor. Those who benefited from your silence will not celebrate your rise. Those who mocked your struggle will try to rewrite the narrative when they see your victory. But none of it can cancel what has already been written. You will feel the weight of it soon, the shift in the air, the acceleration of events. The very ground beneath you will seem to hum with urgency. That's how you'll know the prophecy is active. It will not feel ordinary. It will feel like you've stepped into a script that had been waiting for you since birth. Do not let fear grip you. Prophecy does not expose you to leave you vulnerable. It reveals you to align you. Every step you take in obedience to the pull of heaven will open doors no man can shut. Every act of faith will draw down resources you didn't even ask for. Every breath you take in surrender will align you with strength beyond your human capacity. This unveiling is not about a single event, it's about a new way of walking. You are stepping into a chapter where your life itself becomes a sign, where your existence testifies louder than words. Those who doubted will be forced to watch as your path becomes undeniable evidence of divine orchestration. So hear this clearly. The prophecy is no longer a whisper. It's a declaration. It names you. It covers you. It moves through you. You are no longer the hidden thread. You are the thread being drawn across the tapestry, completing the pattern that has waited generations to shine. And as you carry this revelation, you'll begin to see with new eyes. The ordinary will reveal its extraordinary layers. The closed doors of yesterday will swing open. And the promise that hovered like a shadow over your past will finally take shape before your eyes. The prophecy has been unveiled, and it is written with your name. Every prophecy carries layers, surface promises, hidden currents, and eternal roots. To grasp the meaning of what is unfolding over your life, you must look deeper than the events themselves. A door opening is not just opportunity, it is a signal of timing. A betrayal is not just pain, it is a refining fire. A sudden alignment is not just coincidence, it is the fingerprint of divine architecture. The prophecy unveiled over you is more than words. It is the revelation of a spiritual law at work. The law is this: nothing in heaven is wasted, and nothing on earth is accidental once it is surrendered into divine hands. Every setback, every detour, every hidden season where you thought you were forgotten was in fact the soil where your roots were pushed deeper. Without those roots, the weight of what is coming would crush you. But because of them, you are strong enough to hold the blessing that is rising. Think of your life as a storm-tossed vessel. The winds have been fierce, the waves relentless. Many times you thought the ship would break apart, but beneath the chaos was a keel, an unseen balance that held you steady. That keel was faith. That keel was destiny. The storms were real, but they were never final. They revealed that you were not built to sink. You were built to cross. Prophecy is heaven's way of pulling back the curtain on what has always been true. The meaning of this moment is not just that something good is about to happen, but that everything you endured had purpose. You were being sculpted by an unseen hand. Like a diamond buried in darkness, pressure shaped you until light could finally catch your surface. And now, every crack, every fracture, every imperfection becomes a facet that reflects the glory of the one who never let you go. Look at the seasons of your life like a divine calendar. There were winters where everything felt dead, springs where hope broke through, summers where the heat of trials tested you, and autumns where loss stripped you bare. Each season had its place, each one stripping away illusions, teaching patience, anchoring faith. And now, you are entering a new season not because the old was wasted, but because the old prepared the soil for the new to grow. The deeper meaning is this: prophecy does not just predict events, it reveals identity. You are not merely someone who will experience breakthrough, you are someone who carries breakthrough in your very being. You are not just walking into open doors, you are becoming an open door for others. The trials you endured were not to isolate you, but to anoint you, so that when others stumble, you will carry the map they need to rise. Do you see the pattern? Light and shadow, breaking and mending, silence and song. This has been the rhythm of your life, because it is the rhythm of transformation. Without breaking, there is no mending. Without shadow, light has no contrast. Without silence, song has no meaning. Your life has been the canvas where heaven painted this eternal truth. Transformation is the signature of the divine. So when the prophecy says you are the hidden thread, it means your story is the one that ties meaning together. The people who laughed at you did not know they were mocking the bridge they would one day have to cross. The ones who rejected you did not realize they were pushing you toward the wilderness where you would hear God more clearly. The isolation you hated was the very place where you were refined into someone the world cannot ignore. And this is why the meaning of prophecy is never just personal, it's cosmic. Your transformation is not about you alone, it's about the ripple effect. When you rise, others rise. When you heal, others believe healing is possible. When you walk through the fire and emerge intact, others find the courage to step into their own flames. You are not just being transformed, you are becoming a living parable of transformation itself. Prophecy makes sense of the senseless. It takes the chaos of your past and reveals the symmetry hidden beneath. It takes the tears you thought were wasted and shows how they watered the ground of your future. It takes the doors slammed in your face and reveals they were rerouting you toward the gates of destiny. So hold this truth close. The deeper meaning of what is unfolding in you is not about random blessings or chance success. It is about alignment with eternal rhythm. You were always meant to pass through shadow into light, always meant to be pressed so you could pour out, always meant to be hidden so you could emerge at the appointed time. And that appointed time is now. When prophecy begins to move from hidden promise to living reality, the first thing you notice are signs subtle, personal, undeniable. These are heaven's way of whispering, yes, it's you. Yes, it's happening. Keep walking. You may have dismissed them as coincidences before, but now you'll begin to see them for what they are. Confirmation. One of the clearest signs is repetition. You'll begin hearing the same phrase, the same scripture, the same thought, from different voices in different places. It might come through a song you weren't expecting, a conversation you overheard, or even the silent nudge in your own spirit. It's heaven's echo, circling back until you can't ignore it. Another sign is the appearance of unusual alignment. Doors that were shut for years begin to creak open at the slightest touch. Opportunities that felt impossible suddenly line up with perfect timing. People you never thought you'd meet appear with answers, encouragement, or resources exactly when you need them. It feels almost surreal, but that's how divine orchestration works. It looks impossible until it becomes inevitable. Pay attention, too, to the stirring of your dreams. Night visions will carry weight they never did before. Symbols will stand out. Messages will linger in your chest even after waking. Some dreams will feel so vivid you'll wake up with tears, with joy. or with an urgency you can't explain. This is prophecy speaking in the language of your subconscious, reminding you that your spirit is already in tune with what your eyes cannot yet see. There will also be signs in the natural world around you. The timing of events, the way creation seems to speak. A sudden storm breaking just as you prayed for clarity. A rainbow appearing at a crossroads in your life. Birds landing near you during moments of decision. These may sound small to others, but to you they feel charged with meaning. That's because they are. Creation recognizes when destiny begins to stir. One of the most personal signs you'll feel is the shifting of relationships. People who were once close may begin to distance themselves. Not because you did something wrong, but because the prophecy over you is too heavy for them to carry. At the same time, unexpected allies will arrive, people who see in you what others overlooked. These divine connections will feel effortless, and they will remind you that you are not walking alone. Finally, listen to the inner resonance, that unshakable knowing in your chest that you are on the right path. Even when doubt creeps in, even when fear whispers, there will be a deeper current pulling you forward. That inner compass is the Spirit confirming, again and again, that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Do not shrug these things off. They are not random. They are heaven's breadcrumbs, guiding you along a path designed long before you were born. Every sign is a confirmation that you are the thread prophecy was waiting for. But along with confirmation comes resistance. Prophecy never unfolds without friction, because the moment heaven reveals your true identity, the forces of shadow rise to test it. These are not punishments. They are the hidden challenges that sharpen you for the very destiny you are stepping into. The first challenge is misunderstanding. People who once celebrated you may suddenly question your motives. Friends may pull away. Family may misinterpret your silence. Co-workers may whisper. It will hurt, but it will also remind you that you were never called to be understood by everyone. Prophecy separates. It marks you. And sometimes that marking feels like isolation. The second challenge is delay. Just when you think the breakthrough is here, it seems to stall. A door half open suddenly pauses. A promise almost fulfilled lingers in waiting. This delay is not denial, it is refinement. It teaches you patience, tests your trust, and forces you to lean on faith rather than visible results. The third challenge is temptation. As your influence grows, distractions will multiply. Opportunities will appear that look good but are not God. Voices will rise, offering shortcuts, flattery, or compromise. These are traps disguised as blessings. The challenge is learning to discern, to ask, does this align with the prophecy, or does it pull me from it? Your ability to say no will guard the purity of what is being birthed in you. The fourth challenge is inner doubt. Even as signs appear, even as doors open, a voice inside may whisper, maybe it's not you, maybe you imagined it. Maybe you're not worthy. This is the oldest lie, designed to make you abandon what heaven has already confirmed. Do not mistake the echo of fear for the voice of truth. If God has written your name into prophecy, no amount of self-doubt can erase it. The fifth challenge is spiritual opposition. There will be nights when heaviness presses down, when sleep feels stolen, when battles rage in the unseen. This is because you are carrying light that darkness wants to extinguish. But remember this, opposition is proof of assignment. The greater the resistance, the greater the prophecy you carry. These challenges are not barriers meant to destroy you. They are thresholds meant to strengthen you. Each one trains you in faith, sharpens your discernment, and deepens your dependence on the one who called you. Without them, you would not be prepared for the weight of fulfillment. With them, you emerge unshakable. So when the misunderstandings come, breathe. When the delays stretch longer than you hoped, trust. When temptation knocks, pause and discern. When doubt whispers, silence it with truth. And when opposition rises, stand firm, knowing heaven fights beside you. The hidden challenges are not curses. They are confirmations in disguise. They are heaven's way of proving, both to you and to the world, that the prophecy is real and that you are strong enough to carry it. Every prophecy demands a response. Confirmation without action is like a seed left in a jar full of potential but unable to grow. The hidden challenges test you, but the next stage requires you to align with divine instruction. These are not burdens placed on you. They are sacred steps designed to anchor you so the prophecy can unfold without distortion. The first instruction is silence. Not every revelation is meant to be shared immediately. When heaven whispers secrets into your spirit, guard them. Speak only when prompted, and never for validation. Prophecy loses power when it is prematurely exposed to voices that cannot understand it. Learn to treasure divine whispers in the vault of your heart until the appointed time. The second instruction is consecration. Set yourself apart. This does not mean withdrawing from life, it means aligning your habits, choices, and focus with the weight of what you carry. Fast not only from food but from distractions. Be intentional about what you allow into your spirit. If you are the thread woven through prophecy, do not entangle yourself with patterns that could unravel your calling. The third instruction is obedience. Small steps matter as much as large ones. When you sense the nudge to forgive, do it. When you feel prompted to move, move. When God tells you to wait, wait. Prophecy is not fulfilled by human striving, but by surrender. Your obedience becomes the bridge between the promise written in heaven and the reality lived on earth. The fourth instruction is intercession. Your prophecy is not just about you, it's about those connected to you. Begin to pray not only for your own strength, but for the people who will be impacted by your rise. Pray for protection over those who envy you. Pray for the softening of hearts who will one day need your testimony. Prophecy widens when you intercede beyond yourself. The fifth instruction is courage. Heaven will open doors, but you must walk through them. There will be moments when opportunities seem intimidating, when your name is called in rooms you never thought you'd enter. Do not shrink back. The same God who wrote you into prophecy will empower you to stand in places that once terrified you. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is faith moving despite it. The sixth instruction is gratitude. Give thanks now, not only when fulfillment arrives. Gratitude aligns your spirit with abundance. It transforms your posture from waiting to receiving. Every small sign, every quiet shift, every unseen hand deserves recognition. The more you thank, the more you tune your heart to see what others miss. The seventh instruction is focus. Do not be distracted by the noise around you. When storms rise, keep your eyes fixed on the one who called you. When critics shout, stay anchored in the voice that confirmed you. Focus is your shield. It keeps you moving forward even when chaos swirls around your feet. These instructions are not a checklist to complete once they are a lifestyle to embrace. Silence, consecration, obedience, intercession, courage, gratitude, focus. These are the habits that preserve prophecy until it reaches full bloom. They transform you from someone who hears about destiny into someone who lives it. Remember this, prophecy does not need your perfection, only your alignment. You will stumble, you will question, but if your heart remains anchored in these instructions, nothing can derail what heaven has already decreed. So take these words seriously, write them down, practice them daily. Let them shape your decisions, guide your prayers, steady your steps. Each instruction is a thread of its own, and together they weave the garment of destiny you are meant to wear. And as you obey, you will notice something else. Protection will rise around you like an unseen wall, guarding you through the next stage. As you walk in obedience, you will not walk unguarded. The same God who wrote your name into prophecy has also surrounded you with protection. This protection is not always visible, but it is undeniable. It moves quietly, yet powerfully, ensuring that no weapon formed against you can prosper. Think back on the close calls of your past, the accidents you narrowly avoided, the betrayals that didn't break you, the nights when despair pressed in but somehow dawn still came. These were not random survivals. They were evidence of a covering you didn't always see but always carried. That covering is still with you now, and it will only grow stronger as the prophecy unfolds. There will be times when danger rises, when opposition sharpens its claws, when darkness circles like a predator, but you are not prey, you are protected. Angels walk beside you, even when your eyes cannot detect them. They whisper courage when fear tries to steal your breath. They deflect arrows you never knew were aimed your way. You are shielded because heaven has invested too much in you to let you fall before your time. Protection also comes in the form of discernment. The Spirit will nudge you away from certain places, certain people, certain paths. Sometimes you will not understand why you feel unsettled, but trust it. That restlessness is not anxiety, it is a divine alarm sounding in your spirit. It is God's way of saying, not here, not now, this is not for you. Obedience to these whispers is part of your protection. And know this, assurance is as vital as protection. Assurance is the anchor that steadies your soul when storms rise. It is the reminder that you are never alone. When loneliness creeps in, when battles feel overwhelming, assurance whispers, "You are seen, you are held, you are loved." This assurance is not fragile, it is rooted in eternity. Picture it, a fortress built not of stone but of presence. You dwell inside it, walls of fire surround you, not to cage you, but to shield you. The same hand that parted seas and calmed storms has drawn a circle around your life. Nothing enters that circle unless it is permitted to shape you, and nothing leaves it without contributing to your destiny. Even in the valley, you are guarded. Even in the night, you are not abandoned. Protection is not the absence of battle, it is the guarantee that the battle will never consume you. Assurance is not the absence of doubt, it is the promise that faith will always win. So breathe easier tonight. Let peace settle on your chest like a warm mantle. The one who called you is the one who guards you. And as you step further into the prophecy, you will find that protection and assurance are not temporary favors, they are permanent companions. And with this shield around you, you are free to embrace the next stage. The transformation that prophecy has always promised. The moment prophecy matures into fulfillment, everything shifts. You begin to realize that the long nights of waiting, the battles that bruised you, the whispers that haunted you, all of it was shaping you for this unveiling. And when it arrives, transformation does not creep in quietly. It floods your life like dawn breaking after endless darkness. You will notice the first change inside yourself. Fear that once chained you will fall away. Insecurity that used to silence you will lose its grip. Instead, courage will rise, not the loud, boastful kind, but a steady flame that cannot be quenched. You will move differently, speak differently, and even those who opposed you will sense the weight of change in your presence. Then, transformation will ripple outward. People connected to you will find their own paths illuminated. Some will be inspired by your resilience, others healed by your testimony, still others awakened by the light you now carry openly. What once was mocked will become a magnet. Where once you were dismissed, now you will be sought after not because of status, but because of the undeniable evidence of divine handprints all over your life. Fulfillment does not mean every problem disappears. It means you now walk with authority through them. Storms may still come, but you will no longer tremble at the first flash of lightning. Doors may still resist, but you will approach them knowing you carry the key of destiny. Even enemies may still gather, but they will find their weapons dulled against the shield of prophecy. The beauty of fulfillment is that it transforms pain into purpose. Wounds become testimonies. Scars become signs of survival. What the enemy meant for evil becomes fuel for victory. And suddenly, every shadowed valley you endured makes sense. You had to walk it so you could guide others through it. Imagine standing at the very place where you once fell. Only this time you stand taller, stronger, unshaken. Imagine hearing the same lies that once crushed you, and instead of shrinking back, you smile because you know they hold no power anymore. That is fulfillment. It is not just breakthrough, it is becoming unbreakable. And in this transformation, gratitude overflows. Tears will come, not of sorrow, but of awe. You will whisper prayers that sound less like questions and more like thank yous. You will see that every delay was alignment, every silence was shaping, every challenge was heaven's way of making sure the prophecy did not arrive too soon. Your fulfillment also carries responsibility. Prophecy was never meant to end with you, it is meant to flow through you. The blessing you carry will become a blessing for others. The wisdom you gained in secret will become the lamp for someone else's path. The courage you cultivated in silence will become the roar that awakens those still asleep in fear. This is the moment where you step fully into identity. No longer hidden, no longer questioning, you know who you are. You are the thread that held the pattern together. You are the vessel heaven chose for this hour. You are the living fulfillment of words spoken long before your first breath. And as you embrace this transformation, one truth becomes clear. You were never waiting for prophecy to come alive. Prophecy was waiting for you to awaken. Now the tapestry shines complete. The hidden thread has emerged, and the pattern glows with the brilliance of destiny fulfilled. Now that the prophecy has been spoken, unveiled, and carried to fulfillment, let it be sealed over your life with words you can return to again and again. Words not of fear, but of faith, not of doubt, but of certainty. Repeat them now. Let them echo in your spirit. I am chosen, and nothing can unwrite what heaven has written. I am protected, and no shadow can extinguish the light I carry. I am aligned, and every step I take is ordered with purpose. I am transformed, and I will never again live as one who is hidden. Let these affirmations live on your tongue. Speak them in the morning when you rise. Speak them in the night when fear tries to creep back in. They are not just words, they are declarations. They are the sword in your hand and the shield around your heart. And now, receive this blessing. May the fire of heaven burn away every chain that once held you captive. May the hand of God steady you in every storm you encounter. May angels surround you with strength when you feel weary. And may peace clothe you when the world tries to strip you bare. May your life become a testimony that even the darkest valley cannot snuff out a soul called by name. May your laughter return with a depth it never carried before. Your tears water the seeds of a greater harvest, and your voice break open doors that others said would never move. May the prophecy written over you continue to unfold in layers of glory, until every promise has been fulfilled and every shadow turned into light. You are not leaving this word the same as when you entered it. Something has shifted. Something has been sealed. The prophecy has not only been spoken, it has been ignited, and it will not fade, because heaven does not write in pencil. What has been declared cannot be erased. Walk forward now with assurance. You are not alone. You are never forgotten. You are the hidden thread made visible, the secret woven into prophecy now shining in plain sight. The story continues, but from this moment on, you carry it differently. You carry it as one who knows. Destiny is alive, fulfillment is real, and you are walking in it even now. Go in peace, go in power, go in faith. The prophecy has found its vessel, and that vessel is you.